Hey, what's up, everyone? I am back to review some more Fairly Odd Parents. This is it. It's come to this. This is officially going to be the longest episode I have of a TV show I had to review so far, and it might be the longest. I don't know if there will be any longer than it or not. There are three parts to this. There's three parts to this episode. But I figured since they all connect, I figured I'll include all of them at once. So that it's not like the Timmy and Jimmy, Power Hour episodes. Those are completely different stories. This is all one story. I think it's actually it's supposed to be a movie. I looked it up, and apparently I think it's a movie. Looking for the thumbnail, so. Yeah, so this is officially going to be probably a long video to review. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff. And I did write notes down. I hope I have the notes with me because I've got okay, here we go. I got a couple envelopes here. Alright, here we go. Alright, I got the notes ready. So I'm going to be reviewing the Wishology episodes and combined. But before I get any further, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I got 110 subs. It's honestly going to help me out because I am going through a lot of stress right now. Just a lot of stress. So, you guys supporting my channel is I'm really appreciating it. But I don't know though, I don't know why I said it like that. Matter mind. Let's just get into the review. Now, the Wishology episodes. A lot of people think Channel Chasers should have been a good finale for the Fairly Odd Parents. I think this would be a better finale. Now I don't think it ended very well, but I'll get to that in a second. The way I'm going to review this is I'm going to go through all the parts. I'm going to go through one part at a time and review it. So the first part I'll be reviewing, and then I'll go to the middle and then the end. So the first part is about Timmy. Apparently, it starts off where Timmy is making wishes about being a chosen one because he never is picked for anything and all that. And there's a lot of movie references. You got Harry Potter. You got Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure what the first one is, but they're pretty neat, I guess. I'm surprised they're not Star Wars, I guess because they did this in the Fairy Anniversary episode. They figured they'd do something different or something. So it kind of starts off kind of like the Fairy Anniversary episodes where there's well, it starts off with where they've got movie references and all that, and it's pretty nice. Overall, I think these are better I think they're actually better than the Fairy Odd Parents Anniversary episode with the Fairy Muffin and stuff, because here they actually feel like the characters are actually doing something more than it just referencing look, it's Star Wars, it's Spider-Man, it's Jurassic Park or World or whatever. I think it'd be Jurassic Park because I don't think the World movies came out until later, but I think it's actually better here because they actually got the characters doing more than just referencing the stuff. So, I think though it starts off pretty good, even though it's similar to the Fairy Anniversary episode or whatever that's called, with the muffin. I think it's still pretty good. But then apparently Jorgen comes in and stops them because Timmy is in danger. So pretty much at this point the bully Jorgen is gone. Well, he's still a bully, but he's not but he's not, he's not like evil, because they kind of make him more like of a bully slash villain in the earlier seasons. Here he's actually helping Timmy, something that the first couple seasons of the Fairly Odd Parents Jorgen would never do. Because Jorgen did not care if he ruined Timmy's life, so I guess it's pretty good. I like how they changed his character. But, yes, they changed his character up throughout the series. I think, unlike Cosmo, they actually did a pretty good job here. So I guess Timmy ends up, I guess goes to school and stuff. He goes to school and, I guess no one remembers him because Jorgen wiped out their memory, I guess. And also, before I get any further with the plot, I should probably talk about this. I'm pointing this out. The fairy muffin actually makes an appearance in this episode. The purple muffin that caused a lot of chaos? It actually appeared in this episode too. So it actually appeared. So it actually appeared though. Which is actually pretty good. I like that. I like how they actually make it appear and stuff. I like it. Even though it's kind of just for a second. I like how Timmy reacts to it. It's pretty funny. But overall, though, there's actually quite a bit going on for the... It kind of just starts off normal, but then like the Eliminators come in, the red-eyed one. The red-eyed one, this is a fun fact, too. A fun fact for him. He actually voiced, the guy who voices him actually voiced the Phantom Virus from Scooby-Doo. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's a Scooby-Doo movie out there that came out in the year 2001 on the Phantom Virus. And I thought his voice sounded familiar because I looked it up while the movie was going on, and I decided to look it up while I was writing down the references. And when I was watching the first episode, and I found out that, it's the same voice actor, so that's pretty cool. Get to hear the Phantom Virus's voice. It doesn't sound exactly the same, but I think it's still pretty cool that we get to hear a voice actor from another, show or movie or something in it, I've heard some people don't like that. They like to have their voices change, but then when you're watching, a show, it reminds you, like hearing, for example, hearing Jake's voice on Adventure Time. Even though it's the same voice, it reminds you of Futurama, which is pretty cool. It's like a nice, throwback, to another show, which is pretty good. That's exactly what they do here. I know some people don't like it, but I like it. I like how they do that, so you can hear voice actors from other shows, that way it feels like you're watching it. Speaking of voices, Patrick Warburton also voices, these two cop, or I think they're government agents or something. I'm not sure. I think they're agents of some sort, but they voice them. They don't appear in the second one, but they appear in the third one, so that's pretty good. It's actually funny how the black guy and the white guy both have the same voice actors, even though they're one's black and one's white. It's just Patrick Warburton's voice sounds a bit off on the black guy. I think that's pretty funny, though. It's also funny that these guys are not really nut jobs or crazy characters, because a lot of Patrick Warburton's characters, his voices are crazy. So that's pretty funny that they're kind of normal. Now they're kind of jackasses, but they're still normal characters, because they're they're threatening to dissect Timmy and all that. I guess because they could think he's an alien, but at the same time they lie to everyone, thinking that they just shut off the stars. I gotta say, it's pretty kind of... That means everyone in Dimsdale is stupid, or even the world is stupid, that they actually believe the government saying that. That's pretty funny, but... that's actually one thing I wrote down, too, about the government thing. Yeah, they actually reference that the government doesn't always tell you the truth, because sometimes it might not. It's actually pretty funny. I mean, I'm not saying, sometimes the government, tells the truth, but at times, if you go to school, they don't teach you a lot of the right things. The schools I went to, some of them did, but I've heard some schools teach you stupid stuff that makes no sense, like wearing certain clothes and all that, and I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense, but But yeah, I gotta say, I do like this. I also probably should have done this video later, too. Because Daddy could be home soon. I don't know. I'll have to see. Because this is a long review. I'm hoping I don't have to redo it again. Because I'm not going to make this into 3 parts. I'm doing 1 part here. But yeah, it's pretty funny, though, that they mention the government and stuff. And that's a joke. They make a joke about the government lying too, which is pretty funny. It's rare for cartoons to do that. You mostly see people making fun of presidents and stuff, you know. But I don't know. But yes, and also, another thing noting too that later in this episode, the news reporter guy, Check Beckett or whatever his name is, I can't pronounce his name right. He's on the on the show. He's a news reporter. He's the midget guy. He actually is on CNN. So CNN is actually a real news station in a Fairly Odd Parents, which is pretty funny. I don't know if it's ever appeared anywhere else. I just saw it when I was looking for Easter eggs and stuff. Looks like that's all the references on the piece of paper or envelope I'm using. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, overall, though, I'm actually going to close my DS right now. I was going to leave it open, but since this is a long review, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, overall, though, yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff going on in this, and I guess Jorgen decides to put the fairies in a gumball machine and stuff. So that's pretty funny and stuff. I mean, I feel bad for that kid though when they end up going in his mouth and stuff. But I don't know. This episode's mostly focusing on Timmy, and I gotta say it's definitely pretty good. I like how they actually include Kiss in here too. Yeah, Kiss appears at the end of the episode. They play a role in this, which is pretty good. Not a massive role. I think it cost a lot of money to have them play a massive role, but I don't think they need to. I think they introduced the characters in the show pretty good. So, well, the episode I should say, not the show. It is the show, but the episode, because I don't think they appeared again after this. They make a slight appearance at the end of the 3rd episode, but they're not in there too much. So yeah. But I also like the segments where Crocker, Timmy's mom, and Timmy's dad are together too. It's pretty funny. It's funny not seeing Timmy's dad. Jealous of Crocker again. That's pretty funny though. How they're actually going to the bathroom and stuff. That's pretty funny. There's actually quite a bit of stuff though. Now sadly, Francis actually appears has a few appearances in this Wishology, but unlike Timmy's other enemies, he does not have a major role, which sucks. I kind of wish they would give him a major role, because I'll get to the second part in a little bit. But yeah, I'm definitely going to say that. It definitely sucks that they don't give Francis a massive role, too. But yeah, I'll be getting to that in a second. But yeah, I gotta say, though, yeah, I think overall, I think that this first part's pretty good, though. I really like I like the jokes. The jokes don't feel overused. Some of them I think feel a little overused, but not too much. And overall, I think it's a great story. It starts off the trilogy pretty well. It does. It does start it off pretty well, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to add to it. Oh yeah, I gotta talk about the Eliminators outfit, of course, with the thumbnail and stuff. I like his outfit. I like how he's dressed like the Terminator from the Terminator movies. It's pretty funny. He's dressed like that and all that. It's pretty funny. I like that. I like his outfit, and I like the other dudes wearing pink. The other Eliminators wearing pink shirts. That's pretty funny. I don't know why they don't continue wearing the pink shirts. They do it in this one episode, and then after that, the other parts they have lost it. So this Eliminator guy is constantly wearing this outfit. I think it's because they want him to stand out with the other Eliminator guys because he's the massive threat guy. He's the massive villain. So maybe that's why they have him wear the outfit. But I don't know. I think seeing the other Eliminators wearing pink shirts, that would be funny to see them on screen with that. But I don't know. Overall, though, I think the first part's pretty good. I think that the first part of the Wishology trilogy is actually pretty good. I think the fight scene, with the kiss and stuff is actually really cool too. I really like it, even though it's only like a minute or two long. It's still pretty cool. Overall, I think the first part's pretty good. Now let's talk about the second part. They're actually titled, but I don't think I'm gonna put titles on them because I don't want to do title cards. I hate the speech texting. I really hate the freaking speech texting on these devices. I hate how, I'm trying to speak into them, and the overall Wishology I don't think is a real word. I think Google should still be able to hear what I'm saying and all that, and yet they can't. Well, that's not Google, actually. I meant to say the speech-to-text device thing, not Google, because they all do this. All of them do this. The iPads, iPhones, Google, YouTube, they all freaking do this. Well, YouTube and Google are the same thing, but you get my picture. They all do the same thing, and it pisses me off. It freaking pisses me off when they do that. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna move on though. I'm gonna move on to the next part. I may be missing stuff. I may be missing some stuff, but I'm kind of in a hurry here, and I will be reviewing these episodes down the road. I actually may do a video too on why I think this is a better finale too, maybe down the road. I don't know. We'll have to see. I can include whatever I missed here. But overall, though, I think it starts off pretty good. So let's move on to the second part. The second part starts off where Timmy is famous in Fairy World. He's famous. He's very famous, and I think I like how he has a movie where he's like I think he's Asian or something. I think he's supposed to be Asian. I'm not sure in the movie, but it's pretty funny, and I like how Poof is like imitating or copying Timmy's movie. Is pretty funny, and I like how I like seeing Timmy being popular. I like it. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's pretty good. Also, one fairy in the movie, the episode / movie mentions that he's gonna play Timmy's game until he dies. But fairies can live on forever, so he's technically gonna be playing that forever, never stopping, because fairies cannot age. I kind of wish I could not age too. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to live forever. It'd be really cool. And I actually did a test on that. Turns out a lot of people don't want to die, but I'm not one of those people. I would love to live forever, but hey, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I think it starts off pretty good here too. Now, unlike the first one, I think it actually starts off better here because it continues the story. It continues the story and stuff, and we see Timmy being famous and all that, and I really like how they bring Mark back too for this movie. They bring him back. He's actually back too. He actually has a pretty good role in this movie. He has a role. I keep saying movie. It's all the same movie, but he's got a role and stuff. And his role is that he helps Timmy. Timmy find the blue moon and stuff. I think it's pretty good. And the major threat this time around is the Eliminators. The Eliminators actually get smart and actually are. They get smart and they actually grab all the belts from Mark and they actually steal them and they use them to get to Timmy. That's actually pretty smart. I take back what Norm is. I think these Eliminator guys might be my favorite villains. Norm's pretty good too. I like Norm, but I think these guys are even better. I think they're even better. So it's pretty good. I really like that. I like that evil plot. That's a good evil plot there, and and disguising yourself as your friend so they can kidnap Timmy. That's pretty good. Now, here's the confusing part. Here's the very confusing part of the second one. Apparently, the Eliminators know exactly where Timmy is at. They know exactly where he's at. Actually, someone's here. I'm going to continue this later. Bye. Kidnap Timmy. That's that evil plot. That's a good. Alright, I left off there. I had to literally watch the whole video again just to do this. Now, I'm not sure how well that this will turn out. If I have to redo it, then I gotta redo it. That's why I would like to learn how to edit my videos in case stuff like this happens. Luckily, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it gets really annoying. I was getting ready to talk about my thoughts on the Eliminators and stuff. So I'm gonna pick back up where I am at. This is basically editing the video. Basically, my thoughts on the Eliminators. Let me turn this up a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna affect anything or not. I don't think it will. I don't think it's gonna matter. But yeah, basically though, the Eliminators, though, apparently, the strange thing about this is they know where the Eliminators know exactly where Timmy is at, and they know his friends and family and stuff, and his enemies. Well, I don't know about his enemies, but his friends and family. So it feels like these Eliminators are like stalking Timmy or something. Like how the heck do they know? They know where he's at and stuff, and all his friends and stuff. Maybe they put a tracker beam on him, I don't know. I feel like they just were stalking him or something. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, they never explain it. They never explain how the Eliminators know this stuff. And I was gonna say, too, that earlier that when I was making the video, that the Eliminator guys, can hear very well. They can hear, because whenever someone says the name, that's like they're triggered, if they get triggered and they immediately arrive where Timmy's at if Timmy says his first and last name. But the thing is, though, he never says that where they're at, so how the heck do they know who he is? I don't get it. I don't get how the Eliminators know that, but they do. They know that, and the thing is that I really like about this episode is they actually show Cosmo and Wanda and all the fairies to Timmy's friends and parents and girlfriend. So they actually get to see Timmy's fairies. That's really good. I like that. But unfortunately, it'll have to come to an end, and I'll have my thoughts on that with the third part when I get to it. Hopefully I'm not interrupted again, because I don't want to have to edit this twice. But yeah, basically though, yeah, it's pretty good, and I like Turbo. I mean, Turbo Thunder is kind of a jerk, and all that, but I mean, you can't really blame the guy either. I mean, yeah, he did ditch Timmy on the one of the planets. He did ditch him to go to the Blue Moon, but you can't really blame him. I mean, to be fair, Turbo Thunder, everyone was treating him like scum, so you can't really blame him for being like that, but you still can't just abandon someone when their lives are in danger. You can't do that. Plus, I don't know why he abandoned him. If the darkness was after him, why the heck did he abandon him? Because he was so desperate of having his theme park be destroyed, so why did he leave Timmy? I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, there's some stuff that doesn't make any sense in this special, but I still find it pretty good. I like how Timmy teams up with the villains to go save the day. I like that, and And I just like that. It's pretty funny. Again, it would be nice if Francis was here too, but hey, Francis, I guess, has kind of gotten forgotten. They pretty much forgotten him. He's just, I mean, yeah, he plays roles, but maybe they didn't have him come along because he didn't have a personality. But I mean, I don't really get why they did that, but um, but I'll probably be bringing him up a few times throughout this video. So yeah. But I gotta say, I do like a lot of things about the second. I think the second one is better than the first one. I feel like the Eliminators are more of a threat, and they're more of a threat, and I think overall, seeing Timmy's friends and we'll just say loved ones. We'll call them loved ones. You see all of them, see the fairies and stuff. That's so unique. And although they do that a few times, it's not like Danny Phantom where they do it constantly throughout the show. So it's really nice to see them, actually meet the characters. But I don't know what to say. I don't really know. Overall, I think the second one's pretty good. And there's also a lot of Star Wars references. For some reason, all three of them have Star Wars references. It's just crazy. They don't really feel all forced. They just feel kind of weird sometimes. Like, when Turbo, like, this is the third one, but when Turbo is like, I am, and then Timmy's like, immediately jumps to the conclusion he's going to cut his hand off and say he's his father. That's kind of, just, I don't know, that's kind of just strange there, but I don't know, I gotta say, though, overall, though, I think the second one is definitely much better. Now, since it's been a little while since I've seen it earlier, I can't really remember what it's about, but it took a long time to watch all three of them. I didn't even watch them all right out back to back. I kind of took breaks in between, small breaks. Not big ones, but small breaks. Because it took so long to get through them all. That's why I did that. But overall, though, I gotta say, though, it's definitely really good. I definitely think it's the best. And then, and like I said, the Eliminator guy is, Eliminators are, well, all of them are just more of a threat here and stuff. And I gotta say too, there's another thing that's kind of, I don't know, I don't remember, never mind, I don't remember what it was about, what I was gonna say. There was something I was missing here, but I could have wrote it down on a piece of paper, but I wasn't expecting to have to take a several hour break from this, so, yeah. But overall, though, yeah, I don't think it's really that bad. Sure, there's one stupid segment where they're complaining at, where they're like complaining about, we're turning Timmy's character into, a jerk and stuff, and all that, but it's only on screen for a second, and overall, I definitely think this is much better. I really like this episode. This is probably one of the best episodes ever, at least specials. I think it might even be better than Channel Chasers. Channel Chasers is pretty good too, but overall, I think this is better. I think it's more action-packed. I mean, Channel Chasers, they're just jumping from one TV to the next. It's more references than anything. I still think it's a good episode. I like seeing future Timmy and stuff, but overall, I think this is better. And I gotta think it's about time we go to the third special now, the third one, the third and the finale. Now, if I missed anything, I will go back to it. I stated that earlier. I will go back to it, so you guys know it. I'll go back to it. So, yeah, I'll go back to because I'm gonna be going back down there. I'll probably do another video on these specials, like I mentioned earlier too. I mentioned a lot of that stuff earlier. I figured I'll just bring that up. This is probably gonna screw up my thumbnail. If it does, I'm so sorry, guys. I was not expecting this to happen because I don't want to be interrupted when I get home. I don't want to be interrupted. I don't like being interrupted in my videos. So yeah, I would cut them out. But I don't know how to do that, so that's why I'm doing it like this. But yeah, it's time to move on to the third one. The third. So the second one was pretty good. What about the third one? Well, I gotta say, it's not as good as the second one. It's definitely a downgrade. It's definitely a downgrade compared to the first one. The first two. Yeah, the first two are actually better. I'll explain why here in a second. But before I do, I gotta say some things I do like about it. I do like how they give the Destructinator. I'll call him the Destructinator because he's always the red-eyed eliminator. I want to make him stand out compared to the other ones. I like how they give him magic. Basically he gets destroyed by the he gets destroyed by the darkness, and he gets obliterated, and then he has revenge on the darkness. Overall, I guess they don't focus on it too much, though, unfortunately. So, yeah, they kind of... I feel like in this special, compared to the other two, they kind of push a lot of things aside, which is kind of sad. All the characters that are Timmy's loved ones, that saw Timmy's fairies, they got literally pushed aside. As soon as they appear on screen, only a minute or two later, they're completely gone. The Eliminator guy, or the Destructinator guy, uses his magic and poofs him away, so they're completely gone. And then he's also sidelined too. They do cut back to him occasionally, but he's mostly gone. He's mostly gone, and it just focuses on Timmy and all that. And I get that Timmy's the main character here. He's the chosen one after all. So he's the main character, but I think it's definitely a downgrade from the other two. It's definitely a downgrade. I think getting rid of the wands was stupid too. I mean, this is something that the Fairly Oddparents will do more often in season 10. In fact, they get so lazy with it, they literally poof stuff in thin air, using actual wands. Like in season 10, there's the first episode, Fair Share or something like that, where Timmy is forced to share with Chloe. There's actually a segment where Cosmo is using his actual wand to poof up a projector to show Timmy's, flashbacks and stuff, even though they got their wands taken away. But I don't know. It's not really that bad here, but I feel like it's kind of, I don't know. The reason why I think it's kind of stupid is, overall, I think it's probably good that they get their wands taken away, because that gives the Destructinator more power and stuff. At the same time, he has wands too, so how come he has the wands, but they don't? I think they should have maybe, explained it. Maybe Timmy should have been like, wait a minute, how come he has the wand still? And then the darkness could have said, well, not darkness, I mean, the Destructinator guy could have said, he could have said that he has the wands because of his dark power, because maybe his dark power is protecting it. It's never explained how he had the wands. It's never explained that. So yeah, it's kind of like the first part. The first one they have, I guess the Eliminator guys for some reason were saw the prophecy. So what made them want to go see the prophecy, we'll never know. I guess the Eliminator guys were just chillaxing on, they were chillaxing and then decided to go explore, and they saw it and all that. I don't know. I can totally see that though. I mean, the green one seemed to be less of a threat than the red-eyed one, so I don't know. I don't know though, but yeah, I think overall though, yeah, it's kind of silly that he keeps his wands while the other fairies lose all theirs. So it's just really weird how that happens. Yeah, it's just sad that they all got pushed aside. I do like we get focus on Turbo Thunder's backstory a bit more. We see more of Turbo Thunder. Turbo Thunder is actually, we have a backstory for him, so that's really good, I guess. I gotta say his skinny design looks kind of hideous though. It's not as bad looking as Jorgen's skinny design in the episode where Timmy wishes his life to be more action packed. Because that skinny Jorgen looks really ugly. Like, oh, it's so sickening looking. But Here it doesn't look too bad. I think it just looks a little hideous looking, but I don't know. I think it's just I don't like looking at skinny people, their ribs and stuff. I think it makes me uncomfortable or something. I don't know. But yeah, we get to see we have a little backstory with him and all that, and there are some funny moments, like when Jorgen's disguised as a robot. That's pretty funny, and overall, I don't. It's just there's not really a whole lot to it. It's just it more focuses on the story than anything. There's not really a whole lot to it compared to the other ones. It's just not a whole lot to it, and what really hurts this special compared to the other two is the ending. Yeah, I gotta talk about the ending. Nobody really talks about this. I don't think I found one YouTuber that talked about it. I think it was Alpha J. He mentioned how he likes the ending because Timmy, well, everyone forgets their memory and that's fine. But I don't like it. I hate it, and I'll explain exactly why I hate this. Because here's the reason why I hate that Timmy's friends and family and relatives and all that had their memories wiped. Because basically, this should have been the finale. I know, Rebecca, I forgot her channel's name. She used to be Butch Hart. She used to be, Mr. Enter's, editor before she got fired, but, for, certain reasons, I'm not gonna go and explain to that, but basically, she, I forgot her name. I think her name's Star something Productions. I can't remember. Her name's Rebecca. So you guys know her name's Rebecca. Basically though, she states that the episode in season 8 is a good finale. I think it's a good finale too, but here's the problem. This is after this season, the show started literally going to hell. It started fucking going to hell, and basically they got lazier. The fairies started appearing more out in the open, and it just got way lazier. It got way lazier. And I think this would have been a perfect way to end the show. Now I heard that Nickelodeon wanted the show to go on, and Butch Hartman, ended up editing the specials where the scene was put in. That's what one person said in the comments. Now, I'm not sure if that's entirely true or not, but I don't know. If that's the case, then he should have just made it where Timmy and his friends all know about the fairies and stuff. It could be a secret together. So like Danny Phantom and Jazz, because Jazz is Danny's sister and she knows about the fairies and stuff. So I think they should have kept that in there, and I think they should have been like, maybe Jorgen was gonna blank their memories, but then Turbo Thunder's like, I think they should keep their memories. The Chosen One deserves all the credit, or something like that. I don't know. They could have gone into a speech or something about it, Instead of having all the characters have their minds wiped and then go right back to where they started, only for a couple seasons down the road for them to get completely lazy with the show and constantly make the fairies stay out in the open where people can see them constantly. They do this in the live action movies too, trust me. They do this all the fucking time. They do this, and it's just it's just so stupid that they do this. And I think they should have kept this as a finale. Now you could argue, well, Channel Chasers has Timmy grow up. It has him grow up. Well, that's true, but I think that was one of my problems with the Chosen One thing, because I feel like I never got the whole point of people can't know about fairies. I never got that. They never explained it in the show. So when I watch Channel Chasers, I'm like, I wish Timmy, the adult Timmy, can know about the fairies. So I could argue that this is retconning Timmy's, stuff and all that. But I think this would have been much better. And we could argue too that maybe the Timmy from the adult Timmy the Channel Chasers is from another dimension too. We could argue about that. I mean, that might not make much sense, and you could argue that, well, he technically did grow up because it's 10 years in the future, or 10 years later maybe. But I don't know. Overall, I think they should just had everyone recognize his fairies and be able to keep their memories and stuff. Because, like I said, they get really lazy with this down the road. Really lazy with it, and they go so far to have the fairies constantly, have them constantly, lose their, wands and stuff. So, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, though, I think that this would have been a better finale instead of, it would have been a perfect finale for this show. But yeah, Nickelodeon wanted it to continue, and even though it continued, it's part of Butch Hartman's fault too. It's not just Nickelodeon's; it's Butch Hartman's fault too. A lot of people want to blame Nickelodeon for all these characters being added. It's not just, it's Butch Hartman's fault too why these changes happen. He controls the show. Yes, you could argue Nickelodeon has a part of it too. Like saying Butch Hartman to add more characters and stuff, but Butch Hartman's the one that designs the characters, he's the one that gives them personality, and that goes for the way he writes the show too. So overall, I think that they should just had everyone keep their memories at the end, and it would have been a perfect finale, and it would have not hurt the special as much. It still hurts it a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's an awful special. I think we get cool action sequences with the Eliminator, and I like his defeat at the end. I like that. And I think his Destructinator design's really cool looking, and I do like to give Turbo Thunder a backstory. Overall, I think this is an alright special. It's a meh. It's a meh. I don't think it's as good as the other two. I think they kind of got sloppy with this one a little bit. I don't like how everyone was pushed aside in this one and focus on Timmy and stuff. I think they could have had a bit more to it. You could argue maybe the story wouldn't work very well, but still, I think it would have worked okay, at least. But I don't know. Overall, that's kind of about it. I know I did a little bit of ranting there, but like I said, I really hate the way this episode ends. I hate it so fucking much. I hate it. Especially, like I said, the way the show is gonna get later down the road. I definitely hate the way this ends. Because I'm like, at this point, if you're gonna make it where the fairies expose themselves to people anyway, then why do you even bother having their minds get blanked anyway? It's just lazy writing. I don't know. It's a bunch of lazy writing and all that, but I don't know. But overall, though, yeah, I gotta say it's definitely pretty definitely pretty good in my opinion. Pretty good. Well, not pretty good. I meant to say it's all right for a special. But overall, that's all three Wishology episodes combined. So what's the overall score for all three of them combined? Well, the first two were pretty good. I really liked them. The last one was kind of more in the meh. So yeah, I think it's definitely meh. I would give it a score, but I think I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I think it's definitely gonna. I'm not gonna bother giving it a score, but overall, I gotta say, it's even though with the other two being good and this one being kind of in the nah. I think I'm gonna give it a good. Now it's gonna get a light good because it's not, because again, the last one really hurts it, and that ending, like I said, that ending pisses me off so much, it really does. It might not piss off other people, but it pisses me off, because I would have loved it, even if the show continued, I wouldn't care if Timmy's friends knew about them, because that would have gave them more and more of a reason to be there, than just making Timmy miserable. Now you could argue, like, what would they be able to do with the show afterwards, though? That's the thing. They could, figure out something, and that could maybe piss Nickelodeon off to where Nickelodeon could just cancel it, They could have just canceled the show. But I don't know, though. I don't really know. But anywho, let's see what kind of score I should give it, though. I gave it a light good, which would run it down to... It would run it down to... I think I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it 80 points. That's right, 80 points. It's getting 80 points. It's definitely a really low good. It's a low good. And the reason why it's a low good is because, like I said, the first two were pretty good. They had their stupid moments, but they were still pretty good. Like I mentioned, the second one had the part where they needed a segment to shit on Timmy's character more by treating him like a selfish asshole. That's what they need to do now. I mean, I know he's kind of selfish sometimes, but I hate how they constantly reference it all the time. But I think the third one is what really hurts. I think there's a lot of the stuff was pushed aside. The Eliminator, although he was in there, became the Destructinator. They barely focus on him. They focus more on Timmy and stuff. And I hate how all the other characters were pushed aside to it. And I especially hate the way the ending. The end is definitely the worst. Maybe the characters could be pushed aside a little bit because, it was focusing on Timmy, and I don't think they needed to all be there, but I don't know. But I just think the ending hurts that one a bit. It hurts a lot. Overall, yeah, 80 points is definitely what I'm gonna go with. Definitely a low good, still rewatchable. They're all rewatchable, but I think that ending definitely hurts the last one. But since I'm combining them all together, they're gonna get that. I might actually go ahead and score the other ones too. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe score the other ones. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I might not even bother, because, actually, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm not going to bother scoring the other ones. I mean, I could, No, I'll go ahead and do it. Why not? Figure I can tell you guys my score here, My score, though, for the first one is 120 points. Yeah, it's 120 points. And the second one is also 120 points. And the third one's actually a little bit harder to decide on scoring wise. I think the ending definitely hurts it a little bit. I think I'll give it that one 56 points. So 56 points. So yeah, I think if that's for the invincible scores. Oops, what I just did there. I think I just did. I don't know. I don't know, but overall, I think I'm done here. So see you guys next time. Before I go, though, I need to have a comment question. Hopefully this thing did not stop on me. My comment question, though, for the video is... This is my comment question. Which Wishology episode is your guys' favorite? Mine is the second one. I think the second one is the most unique. I like how Timmy sacrifices himself at the end and all that. I like seeing the fairies and Timmy and, well, Timmy's friends all react and stuff. You know, reenact with them and stuff. I think it's pretty good. Even though the one in the cell is kind of stupid. But yeah, I think the second one's definitely my favorite. So, out of the three. Definitely my favorite. And, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. And sorry if I was unable to capture this very well. Next time I'm gonna try to remember to do this beforehand. But I was already like 15 minutes in the video when I did it before. So I figured I would just do it like this. So, yeah. Oops, hold on. These guys are even better. I was gonna screw that up. So sorry though about that. But anywho, see you guys later. Have a nice, wonderful day, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.